morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
iEvolveTV, that's us.
Yes, very nice. I always
Yeah.
I always like watching that. It's fun.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like trying to shorten it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, because we're now in partnership with Soma Fusion Media, with our producer Katie Camara. And we do a lot of our own stuff, but we're part of that. I was gonna say conglomerate, but it's really not.
Collaboration.
Collaboration,
Yeah,
absolutely.
collaborating.
So I like to run, our trailer and hers together. So
Yeah,
one
for the expansion of all.
That's right. That's
I
right.
like that. Good. It's good. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful June morning.
Yes, it is. It just feels like we haven't been here for a while.
I know it. I know it. I was out of town, and then last week I got my internet was shut off on work. I'm like, what the heck? I had to
Oh, that's
reboot.
right. That's
I had
right.
to
That's
reboot everything. I'm like, Shannon, the internet's not working.
and your dog wasn't doing well either.
Yeah, and I've had a sick dog for a good at least a week, maybe 10 days, and she's doing so much better now. So
Well,
that's a
she
good
is.
thing. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
just.
she just keeps on going, doesn't she?
I know it. She's just resilient, and I'm like, wow, I'm amazed. And she seems
Because
to
you
be doing better than before she got really sick last week. She really had a hard week. And when your dog's like 13, going on 14 years old, you got to just like, wow, stop everything
yeah.
and figure it out, or dig a hole. I don't know, or do something. You got to figure it out because it's
Well,
not.
I guess it's just everybody makes that decision individually for themselves. Like when do they when are
Yeah,
they
when are
like
you
still?
done? Yeah, when it's an animal that you love so much, you just want him to keep going, but sometimes it's like you don't want him to, I've always said I would not let her have a less quality life, and that's the main thing. Having a good quality life. I mean, where she's happy and not in pain,
Oh
So
yeah,
those
not
are all things
miserable.
you have to determine, but it was made it through it. She's good now and everything is great and yeah, so
But
we've had a couple weeks off, but it's been good. It's good, and it's good to be here today. Yay!
yeah. So we talked about our topic that we were going to discuss today. Um, and we've thrown around a few different like titles.
I
One
did.
was like psychedelics and what else was it?
Uh,
Something plant medicines, which I think is what I ended up putting on there because it was just kind of broad. And
Psychedelic
then
spirituality, altering your consciousness, how to alter your consciousness, yeah, and
right,
ways
because
that you do.
so we didn't have a chance to change the title, but ultimately we really decided on altered consciousness because so many things can do that, including how breath work.
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, some things that you're not even actually ingesting, but you're obviously absorbing it, you're hearing it, so it's a
Mhm. Yep,
taking it in that
exactly,
way.
exactly.
Um, so we can reach those states in which we are more tapped into, like our God source, and by all kinds of different means. And I think, and like we were talking about, ways that we're so used to, like it's incorporated in our life, like caffeine, like burning sage, like all kinds of things that we don't realize that all of these things,
Are
um,
altering our consciousness, yeah,
yeah, on smaller levels.
in the upper levels. Yep, exactly.
Like I know somebody that swears by microdosing for for a chronic ailment that she um, deals with. It's like a something like a lupus or
Okay.
a fibromyalgia, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
And microdosing works for her. I don't know what's going on with my voice. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of like tone loc.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
feel fine,
yeah, yeah. It sounds a little funny, but it's
but
real.
I got really sunburned this past weekend, and I
Okay.
really think I have a little bit of like I got way too much vitamin D.
Yeah, yeah, yep. You can
So
get,
I like even my eyes feel like they don't feel like they're puffy, but they just feel so drowsy. So
yeah,
and it's been like that for a few days.
you can
So I
get sun,
think that's
you
what's
can
going
get sun
on.
sick. Too much out in the sun, you get sun sick. You not feel
Yeah,
good. Yeah, because it's just too much.
I'm
Yeah.
drinking my alfalfa tea.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome. Is it good?
It is. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. A little
Cool.
spot of honey.
I've never had.
Honey.
I've never had it. Perfect. Yeah. So we both have this wonderful book. Thanks to Shannon, she got this book, and we
Thanks to Shannon, I accidentally bought two.
you bought two, and yeah, and called Plants of the Gods. It's a
And it
great,
came in
great book.
cellophane. You know it's good then.
Yes, it was all wrapped up tight, and it's all about sacred healing and hallucinogenic plant powers and plants. So it goes through everything. It is so detailed. I would encourage anybody that is really interested in understanding plant medicine um, or plant hallucinogenics, how they work with the body, what it's all about. I mean, I like know people that depend on their hallucinogenic to alter their states of consciousness. Um, uh,
And we should also say that we are by no means recommending
oh,
anything at
no,
all by any stretch of that the imagination, because
no,
um, we're just having the conversation, and we don't
exactly.
even. I mean, neither one of us know, like, you know, there's not.
Yeah,
We don't have, like, all of this research to present,
no,
but we know where to find some. We can talk about it.
right.
So
We can talk
that's
about
all.
it. I recommend it to anyone. I would, but you can. People have their own free will and to do what they choose. But I don't recommend any. I mean, anything we say really is just conversation.
But
you
yeah.
know, yeah. Um, and that's about how it is. But I love this picture. Isn't this just amazing?
Oh,
I love that picture. It's so cool.
what
Um,
deity is that?
I do believe this is Shiva.
Shiva, Shiva,
Shiva, Shiva
Shiva,
dancing.
Shiva.
Shiva's always dancing. Um,
Yeah.
yes, it's very interesting though. But it's just going into what are plant hallucinogenics. Um, I mean, I do, like I said, don't recommend it, but I have many people I know that they cannot get into meditation. They can't really get into clarity, connection. They feel where they feel very connected with the divine without some kind of a hallucinogenic, whether it be marijuana, um, some kind of uh, pharmaceutical, that really loosens them up, relax like a muscle relaxer. Um,
Oh,
just different things that can alter
so
the
they're less
state.
intense.
Yeah, so
You
they're less.
know,
Yeah.
we looked that up, like the difference, because like marijuana and like like a psilocybin mushroom or a
Yes.
anamina, anamina muscaria. I don't know if I really know the difference. Maybe it's all the same. Anyway, they have different they take different routes, and they work with your body differently.
Yes.
So I think both of them are considered hallucinogens, but not psychedelics. I think that's what we found out.
Yes. Yes. I know
And it's
people
just
that
good to know,
do
I guess.
regularly do mushrooms. And I think when you're doing anything like that, if you're doing it for a purpose to reach to a higher altered state of consciousness or a higher, come into your higher self, per se, um, then you treat that with great respect. And that's what they always tell me. I always do it very ceremonially,
Mhm.
and I'm very, it's like a ceremony before I take these mushrooms and asking the
You've
plant
done
medicine.
that?
No, I haven't. These my friend. Oh, they wanted
Oh.
me. I wanted me to do it. I keep saying, you know what? I am already way out there. My veil is so thin already. Do you want me to explode? I mean, no, I ain't doing it.
You
But
float away.
yeah, I said, no, I don't think I need to do that. I'll sit with you, no problem. But anyway,
Oh,
they had
certainly.
done it and told me that they do it as a very ceremonial, and then what the mushroom works with them to show them their dark side or their darkness that they need to get rid of, basically. So
So that they avoid in their
that, yeah,
normal
that they
consciousness.
avoid, yeah, that they avoid. That's good. I like that. That's exactly it. And so
And that's what people talk about that pretty regularly. Like, have you ever seen? It's like a documentary, and then I realized that actually it's really really good, but at the end, then you realize it's a little bit of an advertisement for a certain plant medicine um, place that you can go to in Costa Rica.
oh, really, really,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's I don't know what the connection is there, but it ends up talking a little bit about this place, Rhythmia in Costa Rica, which I mean it's still really very cool. but it's
Yeah.
called The Reality of Truth, and I
Okay.
would recommend that anybody watch it. It's fantastic. I think I probably watched it 3 or 4 times.
I might have seen that, but I know I've seen a few of them that they have done online about uh, ayahuasca, where they take the people to Peru and they do ayahuasca. I have other clients that have done ayahuasca and talked to me about it and said that they had a great experience with it and it was very illuminating and clarifying for them. Um, it's to me, it's very interesting to see the depths and the what would you call it, the path people will go for a spiritual experience, how they will push the boundaries. I mean, have you ever
Yeah.
seen those people now that they take this frog venom and they make the frogs throw up on them or
No,
whatever?
I think they lick the frog, don't they? Lick the frog.
They put like three little dots on their arm and then they
Oh,
take the frog venom out of the frog and they spread it on their skin. They like rupture the skin, poke it with three little dots or something, or maybe four, and then they put this frog venom on there, and it literally will leave a scar, just like taking an
oh,
inoculation. And then it goes into their body. They start vomiting. They start getting very sick, and they have a psychedelic experience. And they say it absolutely alters them. Where they when they come back, they're not the same person. They literally have changed because they have this. They have this basically same type of thing. I think with the mushrooms, you meet up with the other side of you that you're always pushing away, and
yeah. You integrate it a little, or you get closer to integrating it. Your
yes,
shadow.
your shadow
Yeah.
side, yeah. And so then you deal with those
I think
things.
I can. I don't think I can handle any of them, honestly.
Oh, I have no idea. I have no desire to do any of that, because my conscious is already altered, so
Exactly.
I don't
So,
need it.
and I did like watching the Reality of Truth because they talk a little bit more. They touch on um, how they go through a process of detoxing their body before they take the medicines, the plant medicines,
Okay,
for the intention to go on a spiritual journey.
okay,
It's definitely not recreation. So they're ridding their bodies of like all like animal product. So
okay,
it's a little bit course of time. And also then they're also their body then or their brain has the ability to tap into those neurotransmitters, I think, a little
yes,
bit better because they've been detoxed. And the reaction of like, because I think ayahuasca also creates vomiting.
yes,
Maybe they all do. I don't know.
yeah.
Um, that
That's part of the purge.
that's less intense. That's less traumatic because their
Right.
body
If
has
you've
been.
already detoxed, yeah, and maybe you don't eat anything for 24 hours before you do it. I think I heard that. Then you don't have as much vomiting and stuff,
Well, yeah, there's nothing in
or
there.
or everything's coming out the one end or the other. But it's basically clearing the body because we are spirit beings. That's our primary. We are spirit beings, and we're having a spiritual experience. And so when you're really trying to move the body out of the way so that you can have this connected experience with
Yes.
the consciousness of all what do you call that, you know the the collective consciousness of the divine. And so you're having this you're working on having this greater experience of the collective, um, and coming and moving through your own body and your mind, will, and emotions, and healing those places. And that's what people go there for. I need to be healed. People that have been through trauma
Yeah.
and major traumas in their life that they are unable to step past, and it's making them live a life that is very tormented. So they feel like this is it. I've got to do something. I cannot live in this torment anymore, and I'd rather try
Mhm.
this, and maybe it'll work for me. Um, so I don't know.
Well, and I think part of it too is when you do it um, with spiritual guidance and you do it like alongside a
Yeah, with the
shaman,
yeah,
you're guided. You're shepherded through the process. I
yes,
I don't know that I would. I'm not recommending anything,
no, no,
but If somebody, I mean, that would be, I would hope that most people did that.
Would go that direction. Well, I
Yeah.
think you would want to use guidance for anything. Even people that I know that have done mushrooms, they tell me that you need to go with somebody that has already done it so they can guide you through it because it can be sort of a scary experience because um you're
I,
moving you're moving, face forward with your dark side, that
I think
that shadow.
vomiting, traumatically violent vomiting and having the, my, is, that's traumatic enough.
Yeah, I know what I would think too. I'm like, that's why I'm like, no, 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 no. There's other ways to get an altered consciousness. No, I don't think so.
So
Um,
part of our discussion, and when we came up that we were going to talk about this, is we then, this particular branch, I guess, of plant medicines, because we've got minor things like mugwort and sage and there's tons
yeah,
of plant medicines, not just these,
yes,
but these are on the other end of the psychedelics, or the ethonogens. I'm gonna say it wrong. Ethnogens.
ethnogens.
Entheogens.
Yeah, that sounds right. Ethnogens.
Ethogens.
But
And
we're
with that,
willing to be corrected. Anybody else out there?
yeah, go ahead and correct me.
Go ahead.
Um, but it literally means generating the divine within, that term.
Ooh, that's cool.
So we've talked about ayahuasca, and we're not really trying to um, give definitions and descriptions of all these different ones. But there's also things that are less well known, at least here in the States. Iboga.
What's that?
Um,
Never heard of that.
Psychedelic medicine that's derived from an African root traditionally used in coming of age ceremonies.
Okay, that's interesting.
Um,
Hmm.
but I guess today, ibogaine must be some kind of pharmaceutical that is derived from this, is mainly used by clinics in Latin America to overcome substance abuse and heroin addiction.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm. So there's
Wow.
iboga, there's sapo, and they do have like little nicknames too. Iboga is releasing from desire. That's
Hmm.
what it helps you do. And then sapo is the God molecule.
Okay.
Um, so it's found in various Amazonian plants, but is mostly plainly harvested from the poison glands of the Soranan desert toad. There you go.
Yeah,
There's
that might be
toad,
it right there. There's the toad. Yeah. Yep.
and
That's
then
all.
it gives the active ingredient of 5-MeO DMT.
DMT. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That makes
Then
sense.
there's San Pedro, also called Keys to Heaven,
I've heard that, San
the
Pedro.
Godfather medicine. It's derived from a tall cactus in the Andes of South America, and you
Yes.
drink as a yellowish tea or greenish shake.
Yeah. Yep. I've heard of that.
The
There's
active ingredient, the
there's
active,
some kind of special on TV where they do that. They take people out there and they will you can go and stay in these huts and then they will take you out there. They'll make you the tea and then you go out to the hut and you have your experience and then you come back like in 2 days or whatever and they take care of you. It's like a whole ritual that they put, that you can go through.
the active ingredient in that is mescaline,
Mm.
but it's been in use for over 3,000 years.
Wow. Wow.
That one, I
See,
mean, the other
people
one's
have been doing this. People have been doing this for as far back as probably humanity has been around is using plant medicine. I mean, it's
right.
just something that they've been doing. Um,
And this is from this book.
oh, that's cool. I didn't
Yeah,
know. I
it's
like
based
that
on Carl Jung's research.
research. Okay, that's cool.
Kind of a shorty, but it's good.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So very, very interesting. Yeah, so this book is really good. If you want to get into the details, it's got pictures. It's got gorgeous pictures in here of mushrooms that are just phenomenal. Um,
Well,
pictures.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. And it goes into great detail of on each plant too, because I mean,
But isn't there like something that can be made of like the morning glory? Isn't that in
yes,
that book?
yes, I think
So
so.
things that people don't even necessarily realize, and what is the purpose of that one? It's
Yep. This is a really good if you want to explore it though a little bit deeper and understanding more where people are connected to and why people have always utilized psychedelics um, to change their consciousness. You know, because we're always moving into and desiring to move into a higher state of consciousness. That is
I don't mean
everybody.
to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's everybody's desire. Everybody that I know, anyway, and people that I meet, um, and they want to move into that higher state of consciousness and connect with the divine, and so they're like, okay, so how do I do this? And like we both said, I would not say, oh, go take this psychedelic.
Mm.
No, that's not what I would do. I would say, okay, so here's some ways that you can do this naturally. That's going to shift your consciousness.
Oh yeah,
Um,
did you want me to bring that up on the screen?
yeah, you can do that. I was just going to go start reading through these. There's 10 of these ways.
Did you send it to me?
Yep, I did.
I but yeah, I
Yeah.
need it on Facebook, so I can't get it
Oh,
to my phone.
let me see here. Uh, did I put you on the other link? I sent it to the
Or
other
even
link.
email.
Yep. Hold on a second here. Try it that
So
way.
we talked about the morning glory. Um,
There we go. Should be there in a little bit.
okay.
It's a site I found. It's called 10 Ways to Alter Your Consciousness Without Drugs. Um, I'm not sure who wrote it exactly, but here are a number of techniques to alter your consciousness.
Rando Co. That's who. That, the guy's picture is on the front.
Oh, that's him?
I'll
Okay.
show it. Yeah.
Well, none of these 10 approaches are as conscious altering as being injected with fentanyl. I can say that will make you perceive the world differently. I mean, I was listening to our favorite guru the other day, and he was talking about this too.
Todd.
Yep. He was talking about this too, and he is very opposed, of course, to using anything to alter the consciousness. And he's like, no, you do not want to do that. You want to do meditation, and you can alter your consciousness through meditation, which is true.
Yes.
The number one, this guy talks about is sleep deprivation.
Oh. That's crazy.
If you've ever had sleep deprivation, that will alter your consciousness. I'm telling you.
Yes, it sure
2 weeks,
will.
2 weeks ago, I think I had a time I only slept like 7 hours in 2 days or less, 6 hours. And I was feeling like I was on something. I was like, this is not right. So that is really a good way if you've ever had sleep deprivation to alter your consciousness. But I wouldn't advise it because I felt like I was in
No.
I felt like I was in a fog. Have you've ever had that? You feel like your brain is just not right.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, this guy said he stayed awake 3.5 days. Oh my God. You know, if I did that, I'd just fall over. And by the middle of the third day, I was trying to talk to people, mumbling to myself. Yeah, the detachment. That's what happened to me. You feel very detached from everything around you, like you're in a fog or something's wrong. Um, I don't like sleep deprivation, so I would not encourage that one either. Okay, here.
Well, and also you can do those floats too. I don't know if that's in the list. Those which is kind of, I mean, I think it's using binaural beats and well, sensory deprivation, not sleep deprivation.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
I think I would lose my mind in one of those. There's no part of that that sounds enticing, but
Mm-hmm.
people love them.
Yeah.
Sensory deprivation tanks. I think they call them floats because
Yes. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I can't do that. The binaural. How do you say that again?
binaural.
Binaural beats. Yeah. I've heard those. They don't really do too much for me. I feel like they're irritating me, if anything. But some people really use those a lot, and it works for them to.
Yeah, I've got one playing right now, and so it just really depends
Yeah,
on
it
what it
depends what
is.
it is. Like I play the hertz, in my house real softly. Uh,
Yes, yes,
and
that's what I do.
yeah, I do that too. But like he talks about the 5 states of your brain operating in gamma, 40, beta 13 to 39, alpha 7 to 13 hertz, theta 4 to 7, and delta 4 hertz. These frequencies decrease cognitive focus and altered and alertness decrease, and you start to move into more of a meditative state. Those absolutely works. When I do meditation, a lot of times I do listen to the meditative music, which is a lot of them have different what would you call it? Different wave sonic waves in there, and it does help alter your state of consciousness. So he talks about his experience. Number 3 is what's that? What in the heck is that? Hypnatic induction. Hypnatic induction is
Yeah, I don't know.
to maintain a theta state. This is something that typically is accomplished as the theta state tends to be transitory between the beta and the delta. This goal is not to allow the brain to enter the delta state and stay at theta for as long as possible. How do you do that? I've never even heard of that. Maybe it's like not falling asleep, but sort of lingering in your consciousness. I do that all the time. I'm irritated when I try and go to sleep. When I try and go to sleep, it doesn't work. I lay there and toss and turn, and I don't know what state I'm in. State of frustration. Number 4, hypnotism. I once saw a bunch of lobsters getting hypnotized. Lobsters? This is hilarious. And stood upright on their heads. It was pretty cool, but a bit disturbing. Since they were boiled alive. Ever since, the idea of being hypnotized by anyone, even myself, makes me uneasy. A lot of people do not like hypnotism. I've had people tell me that. You don't hypnotize people, do you? No, I do not, because
No, but you have to allow that to happen. So like every hypnotism is essentially self hypnotism.
Yes, exactly.
So
What is that other word though? It's not hypnotism. It's there's another word for it they use a lot nowadays. I forget the name of the word.
it'll
Shoot.
come to you.
Yeah, but it's sort of like hypnotism, but exactly, it's like a self hypnotic state that you go into in meditation. Um, it says makes me uneasy anyway, inducing myself into deep, disconnected, hypersensitive state is mildly unnerving, yet tons of people claim it works. So I had to give it a try. So he did it. Against all personal skepticism, I have induced myself into a trance. That's more like a trance state. I think that would be what I would call it when you're working. You're doing a trance state, and you come out of that relaxed. And I felt myself actually transition into a trance, which I thought was sunk into the back of my head, into the farthest reach of my brain. I can't really explain it, but it was very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's very hard to explain because because I think sometimes people think that if you're in a trance, you're just gonna walk around like a zombie and speak in tongues and do weird things.
Right.
And that's not it. I mean, we experience the trance-like state all the time, and it's usually right before sleep.
Yes.
I mean, I've been in healings with you, and I've been in different levels of trance.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And that's good to do that with your healer because then you are releasing more, and they actually have more to work with.
Exactly.
Not every time though. No. It depends on how much I'm actively working with you.
Yes, it depends on the level. I think it's the level of where that you're being guided to, where your spirit is guiding you to. If it's very deep and it's just like anything. If you've got something deep stuck in your foot, you're going to need more anesthetic than if it's just something on the surface that needs to be, right. So if the spirit is really, taking you to a deep place because some deep things need to be removed, it's going to be a different type of trance. Honestly, I believe that. Isolation tanks. Oh my God, no thanks.
Oh, we talked about that.
No thanks.
That's the sensory deprivation.
That's what that is. Yeah, it's called a float.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. I would be like,
It looks like a water coffin. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, no. Look at
that.
Well,
and they don't all look like that though.
That looks like a sauna, maybe. You don't get in there with your whole head, do you? You have a hole, your head sticks out.
You float. Your head floats, yeah.
No, can't do that. Sorry. Fasting is a really good way to alter your consciousness. You know that. It
Yep.
has been used in many cultures through the centuries, a way to do a cleanse for body and mind. In fact, I recommend fasting to myself all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to fast today. You need to come out of, let go of some stuff, and because it does do a cleanse on the body and the mind. So it's good not to do it. I don't do it for like forever though. Like, 24 hours, bam, drink a lot of water,
Right.
and stuff. But I would not go doing it for days and days because that's not easy. Okay, biofeedback enables you to monitor and affect psychological functions that are otherwise not eminently apparent. It does this by taking bodily functions that you otherwise would not be able to easily sense and represents them as a sound. Hmm.
That's
Uh,
interesting.
I've never did that. One popular thing to sense with biofeedback is the frequency your brain is functioning at. This is called the neurofeedback. Using an EEG machine, you can monitor brain waves and train your brain to function at certain frequencies. Boy, shoot, I'd like to try that. Um,
Yeah, there's biofeedback centers all over the place.
yeah, EMG to train your and relax itself you to relax. Sometimes I get neck stiffness and headaches in my left side. I decided to give this a try, so I built my own EMG setup. Well, really, I tried it for a few days to see if I could relieve muscle tension, and it became increasingly easier to relax my neck muscles. I feel like that with more practice, I'll be able to control my neck tension. Well, that's amazing. I like that. Um, that's cool. The next one is a sage bath,
Hmm.
uh, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Clary sage oil and taking a sage bath. Even I think any aromatherapy alters the consciousness. You know
Yes,
it
it
does.
does. Yep.
That's why we use those. We clearly put aromatherapy into the air and we breathe it because it alters the consciousness. Just the smells. Smells are so powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. They hit your memory center the fastest.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. So that
Hmm.
having a sage bath would be nice, or a lavender. Lavender is my favorite.
Lavender's good as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're around Dreama and I ever, we burn sage like all the time. So
Yep. I'm a bit.
that's
Yep.
burning.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm a
staring
bit.
at a candle.
Yeah.
So they're scrying.
Yes. Staring at a candle. That is going to alter your consciousness for sure. Um, I did that before, or staring into a fire. You're sitting outside. It's the summertime,
Hmm.
and you build a nice fire, and you sit out there in the dark, and you stare into the
Yep.
fire, and that's going to really, yeah. There's something about that that's really awesome and altering for your consciousness. Okay, go upside down. Step
Yeah.
10.
Well,
Well,
it like kind of flushes new blood into your brain.
well, I probably need to do that.
Oh my gosh, you on the teeter table? I just had a flashback of that.
Oh yeah. Me
You're like,
too.
oh,
Yeah,
so
I don't like
scary.
to go upside down very much, but I probably need to more often. Uh,
Yeah.
I've never done it like this, leaning on a wall, standing on my head. No, I think I would
No,
fall.
do it on the teeter table. That's
Uh,
probably better for your neck anyway, because you want to be there for a little while.
yeah, and it's not restrictive, and you feel all this pressure on your head with the ground. You
Or
know.
hang upside down at the playground.
Yeah. Yep. I would like to get one of those things that you hang on, like a yoga thing, or whatever it's called.
This is number 10, right?
Yes, that's number 10.
Okay. So he didn't talk about cacao.
A what?
Cacao, like cacao
Oh,
ceremonies. I
no.
finally found the page of the book I was looking for. It was driving me
Oh, good.
crazy.
Okay,
I thought
good.
I'm like I know it's in one of these books I pulled out, and it's now I found it.
Good.
Um,
No,
yeah, cacao.
he didn't talk about that. Yeah, but there are,
I
I'm
guess
sure.
maybe that's considered. Well, I mean, food is medicine. So
Yeah.
if you're, and it's a type of food. So
Yes, that's true. What I kept thinking of is the twirling dervishes.
what?
The twir the twirling dervishes. They twirl, and that's the reason. That is how they alter their consciousness, by spinning around.
You can
No,
get a baseball bat, put your forehead on it, and just
and
twin,
spin around. But
spin
that's how
around.
they do. That's how they do when they do
I would face plant somewhere.
when they do their music. They sing. Some of them will be singing, but they get up and they do the twirling, and that's how they alter the consciousness, by twirling. Um, I think that's interesting because as a kid, when go to any little child, and what do they like to do? They like to do ring around the rosy. They like to twirl around, and I think it's because we know it's going to alter something in our conscious mind, and we're going to end up. And when you sit down, everything's sort of spinning, and you regain your consciousness back to where it was, and that was fun. Let's do it again. Not me,
I don't
not.
think that's
I don't
fun.
want to do it. I would be,
I
I'd be
don't think
spinning
that's
around,
fun.
hit the ground. That would not be good. So I don't want to do that now. But when I was a kid, I
So
used to.
this is a bit of a witchy book, but some other things that poppy and opium, but I don't know that that's
Yeah, poppy seeds.
yeah. I mean, you'd have to eat a lot of poppy seeds, but I'm sure it
Yeah,
has some kind of effect on you. It's medicine, right?
yeah. It's like
Um, yeah. They also talk about psilocybin mushroom as well.
oh, really? In that book,
Yep. Oh, I and ayahuasca,
ayahuasca.
hemp seeds.
Oh,
And those don't contain THC, but it's something
oh,
in there that helps, I guess. You
right.
have to
There's a
read the whole
minimal. I
thing.
think there's a minimal, just very minimal THC in this, but it's so small that it's mostly hemp. Hemp is hemp. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
But there's lots of things that support our consciousness. It doesn't, we're not talking about necessarily just altering it for that
For a higher state.
spiritual for get that spiritual experience,
Mm-hmm.
but and just treating ourselves in our own issues. Like I've talked about how I take St. John's wort throughout the winter, through the colder
Yes.
months.
Yeah.
And that's like nature's Prozac, Um, we
Yeah.
talked a little bit about mugwort.
Yeah.
Those are the ones
Mugwort.
that are popping in my head. Valerian root, chamomile, those are all slightly sedative. So
Yeah.
there's a reason why, grandmothers drank tea in the evening, the chamomile tea, because it's helpful.
Yes, it is. It is. It works as a relaxant. It's a natural, but that's why everything. I think it's amazing. I've been doing a lot of reading on the indigenous ways of healing, and a lot of it, I'd say, like most of it, is making your own tinctures and teas, and it's a lot aligned with Chinese medicine, and going out in the field and just walking through there, and asking the plant, how can you help me?
Yeah.
What do you bring to my body? Because everything is out there for our bodies. We don't have to really. It's not.
Yep.
You
The
don't go.
earth
That's
has
your
provided us.
drugstore right there. It's your drugstore. Walk around out in the
Yep.
woods, and ask the plants what plant medicine they can bring to you, and everything within measure. I would say is very safe. You know what I'm saying? Anything is safe within measure. You don't want to do stuff that's toxic, but do a
Yeah.
there's
I
a new
talked about
app
remember
on.
how I told you about when I like OD'd on St. John's wort because I
Yeah,
really like the tea.
yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily very good for me. I mean,
right.
obviously it didn't cause any permanent damage,
No,
but
no, and that's how more of a that's the beautiful thing about herbs and plants. They're not gonna, you can go out and drink all kinds of dandelion tea and eat dandelions, and you're not gonna get, if anything, if you get to a toxic point, you're gonna get the craps. That's what you're gonna get. But but for the most part, you just back off, and it's so healthy for you and
you
so good.
don't have to get your doctor on the phone to see if you can change it, like how
Yeah,
that's going to affect something
right.
else.
Yeah,
No, just
got the craps from eating dandelions, and
well
no,
then stop eating them.
yeah, just stop eating them. Yeah, exactly. Or another good one is I think it's violets. You can pick those and put them on your salad and eat the beautiful flowers and everything. They're
Yeah,
consumable.
I mean
And
we made a rose tincture last year. Remember our rose hip tincture?
yes,
Remember we made that?
yep.
And my elderberry plant never. I planted 6 of them.
And they didn't go.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I love
But
elderberry.
I do
Elderberries
have
are powerful healers.
yeah I have a witch hazel though, a witch hazel plant that's growing
Oh,
like
it's
crazy.
growing. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Um, Yeah. So
Super
that
excited about that.
that's what I really enjoy is growing things that do alter. They don't alter the consciousness, but they do alter the body and the whole thing with the body and bringing the body healing and into a good place and alignment is very powerful. And that's what your ultimate desire should be, is to bring a healing to the body and healing and help to the body. But if you want to alter your consciousness and get into a more connected state to the divine, my recommendation would be meditation. Just spending your time in meditation, doing those hertz, like he was talking about, the different levels of sound wave that's going to take you from beta, theta, you know, into these different unconscious states. That would be my recommendation to start with before doing anything else, for relaxing yourself. There are people though that are very addicted to psychedelics uh,
Are there?
or drugs, yeah, to move into states of meditation. And I would
Oh,
encourage you to
I didn't. I wouldn't. I guess
wean
I
your
wouldn't have thought that they were addictive.
yeah, oh yeah. If you're well, if every time you have to meditate, you have to do some kind of a
Oh,
something. You know what I mean? You
okay.
have to take something. You have to smoke something. You have to inject something. And it's like this is a pattern for
Hmm.
you. I would encourage
Inject.
you to sort of wean yourself back off of that pattern and really move into really more. What was that? Oh,
I got my. So these are just like when you burn sage and stuff.
oh, okay.
I also have some other burnables. Some people actually smoke these, but I don't. I don't smoke them.
What is it?
Um, it's just the top popping. This one is called Shaman's Blend.
Okay, yes.
I was gonna tell you what was in it. Kept the thing.
Oh, good.
Um, Colt's foot, mullein. That's a great one for your lungs. Even the smoke, actually, even.
Is good. Yeah.
Um, uh, Dan DaminaN.
Damien.
Damiana.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Damiana.
catnip,
Cats.
catnip,
Oh yeah,
mugwort, and
good one.
spearmint.
Yeah, catnip is a really good uh, altering substance. If you smoke or burn catnip in
Mm-hmm.
your I call it my morning altar fire. You know, every day I have an evening altar fire and a morning altar fire. I start my morning off with burning my sage and clearing everything from the night before, all energies, everything, and I just sort of offer and stand there and just offer a cleansing energy to myself too.
Mm-hmm.
Just let
Yes.
go. Just let go. Start fresh today. I'm letting go of everything that's bugged me in the last 24 hours. Every person, everything. So,
So this one, I have another one. I mean, these are things that you can buy these at stores, but you can make your own.
yeah,
Gosh,
for
Lord
sure.
knows I can make my own.
Yes.
um, this one is just called Psychic Blend. It's just what they've named it.
Okay.
Um,
But that's got
and
mugwort.
mugwort, yep,
Mm-hmm.
wormwood. I want to say anus, but it's anise.
Anise. Yeah, anise.
um, hyssop,
Oh,
lavender,
okay.
frankincense, myrrh, anise,
Anise. Yeah.
mullein, bay leaves, lemon balm, um, up, okay, OPONAX,
Hmm. Never heard that one.
and
OP
clove,
and clove.
Yep,
Oh, that
smells
bet that
great.
smells. I bet that smells great. I'm gonna have to,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to get some of that. That sounds really nice.
I don't know if this person. I got this from a shop called Twisted Things in Ypsilanti. It's super cool shop.
Okay.
It's right next door to Evan Starr's Chalice in Ipsy,
Okay.
and it's like somebody's business called the Black Box Apothecary.
Okay.
And I was in there, I think like last week, and I couldn't find this person. I'm assuming it's a guy. I don't know if it is or not.
Okay.
Um, I
So
couldn't find his product.
if you're listening, get in touch with
Black Fox, we need you. I have
yeah.
a bunch of his stuff. maybe it's not even a guy. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
whatever.
just
Their stuff, whatever, whoever makes it. But
feels like it's masculine.
that sounds like a very good blend.
Yeah. We could probably make it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have most of the stuff, or at least I do. I don't have worm
I'm
ones. Do you
missing
have worm ones?
someone. I don't have the star anus or
I've got starting. Yeah, I got star anus. Anus. Anus.
Anna. Sorry, anus. I don't have any. Sorry.
My grandmother used to make anise cookies, and I didn't like them at all, so I called them anise cookies.
Oh,
When I was
really?
like 10, I mean, I was young. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, don't like that. No, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have any of that. Anise. Yeah, none of that. Let's see.
so, so really, our topic kind of ended up being like different degrees of support for
Altered
changing
consciousness. Yes.
your consciousness, but it's also shifting your emotions too. You
Yes.
know, like I just feel better. Like if I burn a little Palo Santo, which
Yes.
I love Palo Santo because it smells as good burned as it does not burned.
I know it's
Um,
beautiful. I love that stuff too.
yeah. So I just it's just different
There's
degrees, and
degrees of
how profoundly you want to shift your energy
yes.
will shift your consciousness.
That's good. I like that. That's true. Exactly. How profoundly do you want to do it? I mean, there's so many ways to do it
Yeah.
between, yeah, meditation all the way to, well, you shift your consciousness like when like you said, food is medicine. When you eat certain foods, it shifts your consciousness. Talking about
Oh
elderberry.
yeah.
My husband, when I first got married, he had this elderberry themed thing where he would go pick elderberries when they're blooming, and then he would dip them in eggs and fry them, and fry the blooms, yeah, and the eggs, and he'd like, you got to try this. So I ate it. I'm like, wow, this is really good. It's very unique taste, and you can only do it when the elderberries are in bloom. After they're gone, it's over. When you got
Right.
the little flowers, you pick the flowers, scramble your eggs, and cook them and eat them. And they do have a psychedelic. I would say they have an effect on the body. Honestly,
Oh,
they make me feel loopy. I cannot eat dried elderberries flowers because he dries them. I mean, he'll hang massive amounts of these flowers up and dry them, and
that's good to know because then we can make a tincture out of it.
then he cans them, and then he still puts them in there, and they make me absolutely feel like I've drank 10 cups of coffee. I
Oh,
can't do it. They give me heart palpitation. That's how powerful plants and plant medicine can be. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can't eat that. Isn't that crazy? I can eat them when they're fresh, but I cannot handle them when they're
it
dried.
must get like more potent.
As they dry, yeah. Yep. We
Hmm.
haven't got any this year yet, but it's just spring right now. So maybe the elderberries aren't in bloom yet.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't even know if I could identify it. I'd have to look it up
yeah,
because
because
I'm really bummed out that my plants didn't work. They didn't take. Bummed
yeah,
out.
and the elderberry berries, then, the bloom comes first, then the berries come on. And the
But I
berry,
have blackberries that will be great. So you can
ooh,
mix blackberry with elderberry. That's often how you buy it. When
ooh,
you buy
yeah.
the syrup.
Yep, the syrup, yeah.
Yeah.
And that stuff is
So
so good for you. It's like a all natural. Oh, my phone is making noises. Sorry.
usually most seasons, I have to be honest, most seasons it ends up being my blackberries end up being bird food because I don't get out there and pick them.
Yeah,
So
got to get out
we
there and
gotta
get them.
gotta get out there and get them. And I have tons of raspberries and Concord grapes. Yep.
Wow, yeah, all
My
that. Yeah,
strawberries are coming. Yeah,
beautiful. That's nice.
I
Yeah,
know. It's super nice. And just using the space in the yard.
yeah. Using it for what you can get. That's what I'd like to grow everything in my yard. I wouldn't care if there was no grass. Get rid of all the grass and turn it all into plants. Or that
Last year I harvested my own sage even. And I didn't put them into bundles. I just broke them all up.
yes.
And I tried out different sages. There's nothing better than just the white sage. Like I tried the pineapple sage.
Yes.
Mm-mm. I
Yeah.
mean, it's great like to use for cooking or something, but
Yeah. Not for burning. Yeah.
no, mm-mm.
No.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be an outdoor altar burn.
Yeah.
I have a big bag of them. Yeah, exactly. A little
Yeah.
stinky. It just
Exactly.
smokes more. There, I think there's less oil in it, so it doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't burn the same.
Yeah.
It just
I
stinks.
understand. It stinks. Yeah. Yeah.
So we never. we didn't talk about why we're on Thursday rather than
Oh,
Friday tomorrow
yeah.
morning. Because I have a meeting tomorrow morning at 8 and I can't be in two places at once. Even
Yeah.
though I'm only going to be in the spot. So,
Yeah. That's okay. So it's good. Thursday, it's no bullshit Thursday, Friday.
Tuesday,
We need
Friday, every day.
Friday. Every day is no bullshit day. Yeah, we don't need it.
Right.
But yeah, it's good. So yeah, we just got to flow with it, whatever, works. But I was thinking, oh, what was I thinking? Or a little earlier, it came to me. Um, what in the hell is wrong with my phone? Oh, shut up. The stupid phone. It keeps blapping, blah, blah. Anyway, I had it on mute and still making noises.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Mute the right thing.
yep.
Yeah, we should I'm sorry, what?
I was thinking about something came to me earlier about
Go ahead.
for next week or whenever our next Friday is. And now it just totally zipped me out of my head.
Oh,
So that's okay. I'll send it to you whenever it comes to
okay.
me again.
Sounds
Uh,
good.
Stuff floats in and out. You know how it is.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It kind of helped my eyes. I don't have very strong glasses, but my eyes just feel really weird right now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, you look lovely, so that's all
Well,
good.
thank you. So do
I'm
you.
I haven't got my lovely on yet. I'm sort of this is my jammies. I'm like,
You're
get
lovely
in
any
there,
way that you are.
get in there and let's talk about this stuff. It's
Right.
very interesting, and
It is
we love
very interesting. Again, another like over the big umbrella is subtle energy and shifting your. I mean, because some of the stuff it would be very subtle.
yes,
Obviously, you do something like ayahuasca. That's gonna be really
yeah,
profound. It's gonna
yeah,
be violent.
yeah. Get a frog to lick you. I don't know. Oh, I'd have to be one of
I
them.
think you like the frog. I don't think the frog likes you. It might spit at you.
Yeah, ew, yeah, whatever. However they get that stuff out of the frog.
How do you think that they like thought of that? You know, I'm just gonna go around. I'm gonna start licking animals and those
Yeah, but
amphibians. Now
yeah,
that's a
get
trip.
altered states of consciousness. I don't know.
Like, how did anybody think to lick a frog?
Yeah, or get the toxin out of a frog. Well, it's
Is the toxin like the prick thing that you talked about? Is that so you don't have to do the licking,
right. You don't lick the frog now.
or
You,
it's more like it's ingested like faster because it goes right
yes, it
into
goes
like
right
your
through the skin.
bloodstream
Yeah, yeah. There, if I find
rather than like through your gastrointestinal first?
yes, goes right into the bloodstream. By
I don't
put,
want to have anything to do with the frog.
I would
Just
not do it honestly. I've looked at a lot of different ways people alter their consciousness, and there's none of them appeal to me because I don't really, I think it does. It's like I don't need that. My consciousness is altered all the time, so I don't need that. But I could drink a Dr. Pepper and get altered.
yeah. Oh, sugar. Sugar is another one. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
in that works with your body system to release the neurotransmitters.
Yes,
But there's
exactly.
other ways that you can diminish them too by disconnecting yourself. You know, and taking a whole lot of fluoride is going to calcify your pineal
Oh yeah,
gland.
exactly.
That's a good way to shut things down. So maybe people, if they are more calcified, maybe they need some of these things.
That's
Oh,
true. That's true. And everything that, like you said, I think this is well, we didn't talk about the flow of the solar system, the
oh,
moons and the retrogrades and all that's going on in the energy
you're right.
field. That is a huge alter of the consciousness and
I
how.
even have my book pulled out.
Oh, good. How we feel and
Bing.
move through it. Yeah, perfect. Perfect
Um,
way to
I have to
close
put my
this thing out.
glasses back on. I'm
Yes.
really struggling today. So May 31st through June 6th, the subtitle is Mesmerized by False Prophets. Memorial Day Monday features an escapist Mars trine with Neptune, making this a perfect day to kick back and enjoy life. This aspect also has a slightly transcendental edge that could awaken spiritual enlightenment and could be just as easily led to getting swept up in snake oil self-help motive movements that offer painless solutions to complex problems. This
Hmm.
could be compounded on Thursday when the moon conjuncts with Neptune in spiritual Pisces, leaving a squared Mercury retrograde, confused and confounded in its ruling side of Gemini. And Gemini is always like, like going back and forth, right?
Right. Yeah,
That
exactly.
kind of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, the sun's trine of Saturn later in the day will bring a dose of rationality, while Venus's trine of Jupiter brings a bounty of love and compassion, making it an excellent date night. Oh, excellent date night tonight, Dreama.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
An,
Perfect.
ord- an ordinary Saturday awaits due to the exact opposition of Mars and Pluto,
Oh,
which
great.
is which is drawn into a T square with the moon at the same time that the Mercury squares Neptune. It may it may be easy to get drawn into seductively utopian causes and schemes that fight against the status quo. But is there real ideal justice for the establishment of the new power order?
Hmm. Oh, great. Sounds like a great weekend. Uh-huh.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the there's a forecast, astrology forecast that goes out from Astrology Hub every week. It
Yes.
usually comes out on Sunday, and I mean, even though she says a lot more because it's an hour podcast or broadcast,
Yeah.
it's all reflected right there.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Like
sure.
when she's like, it's super crazy this week.
Yes. So,
It just
so talk about altering consciousness. There you go, folks.
Yep, and that affects then the frequency
Hmm.
of the Schumann's resonance. Like right now, it's super high pitched. I can hear it in my left ear. It's
Yeah.
super high,
Hmm.
and that's good. I mean, we do want to raise our consciousness to some degree. It helps people become
Well,
more
that's what
aware.
it is. That's what we're here to do. We're here to, you
But
know,
growth is always
yeah,
growth is often very painful. So
it is. It is. And we're here to shift
Mhm.
our consciousness into that higher place and not to linger in the things that we don't want. We know what we do want. We know we don't want. And so we don't want to linger where we don't want to really sink our, sink your anchors in, and hold to that space. You want to ascend yourself. Raise your anchors today, people. Crank them up and allow yourself to be free flowing and don't don't sink into something that you really don't want um, to hook into.
Mhm.
Know what you want and raise your vibration because vibration is everything. You're inviting to you what you want by your vibrational energy. And so if you find yourself today resonating in a low place or whatever, where you feel sort of, just sort of put on some music, raise that vibration, put on something happy, change those bilateral beats,
Binaural.
or binarial, bilateral, up, down, whatever, east and west, north and south.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
what else? Yeah, twirl around in a circle, play with some children. That'll really raise your vibration. Gives
Yeah.
there's lots of things you can do. So it's going to be good. That's why we love to eat sugar. I think that's why I love sugar so much because it alters my vibration. It makes me feel so good when I eat big cookies. I love cookies. Love
Well,
cookies.
your cookies are kind of special,
Yeah.
so.
I love you. You're awesome.
Well, I don't usually eat Dreamless cookies
Yeah.
ever. Not even once.
Not even once. Oh, no, no.
I love you, but
Yeah. I make you some special cookies, non-special cookies.
non-special cookies, yes.
Yes,
Just
that'd be good.
normal.
Just normal. Yeah, you can enjoy them.
Well, I'm late for work, so I better go. I'm like three
Okay.
minutes late.
Okay.
So
Have a
thank
wonderful
you so
day.
much. You too. I will rerun this on tomorrow morning so that people can see it at a regular
Yeah,
time.
for Friday. Yay. Well, bless
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you and namaste. Have a wonderful day. And I'm a poet and don't know it. You have a beautiful day today. And all is well. Blessings. Love y'all.
All right. Love you too.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.